Hey guys, it's Strutter here. Today's the 16th of May 2017, and this video is going to be a vlog style video just with a few clips here and there that I've taken over the past couple of days. And the topic is essentially looking for accommodation in Vancouver. It's something that I'm doing right now, of course. Katie, my wife, and I are homeless in Vancouver. We were evicted with very little notice last month. Due to the housing crisis here, the family that we were renting off of for a year needed to move family members into the house. So that's a legal way to kick out your tenants. So they kicked us out, and you know, there was no other problems other than that. It's just it's a housing crisis that's going on here, and there's a lot of people in this category. In fact, I was walking down the street yesterday, and I met a guy who was homeless. He was sitting on the side of the street looking for money, and I sat down with him and talked to him for a while, and it was almost the same story. It's pretty sad. I mean, he'd just been at it for longer. So is that going to be me in a month? Is that going to be Katie in a month? You know, I sure hope not. But we don't have any family support. I think my family does watch this channel. I believe they do. But so, you know, hey to you guys, but I'm just explaining to my subscribers the situation. There is not currently any family support. I'm not blaming my family for that. It's just that's how it is. I don't have a lot of friends anymore. Katie doesn't have a lot of friends anymore. We're friendly people, we're personable people, but we're private, and we tend to be different. We're activists. We're awake. We are alternative. We don't really follow the mainstream anymore. We don't like smartphones. You know, it's hard for us to connect with other people, even though we really haven't changed in the past 10 years. We're just sort of being ourselves and doing our thing, but the world has kind of changed, and we're not really interested in going the way the world's going, I guess. I don't know. But we still have our basic needs just like anyone else, and I'm finding what the main need is accommodation, obviously. They say that you shouldn't put more than a quarter of your paycheck toward accommodation or whatever it is, 10% or something silly. Everyone knows that it's 2/3 of your monthly bills here in Vancouver. If you are able to get your accommodation for less than 2/3 of your income, then you're laughing, right? But yeah, I can survive on a few $100 of food per month. That's the two of us even. Very efficient. But that's only when you have a proper kitchen and access to groceries and all that kind of stuff, which we don't have now because we're on foot, and because we don't have a car, and because we have to rely on public transport, which is not good, and it's expensive. So trying to get your daily needs and all your stuff, you know, the food you need and whatever other items you might need in a day, trying to get that just to keep on coming in without things falling apart is actually taking up a lot of my day now, just to make sure that we have food and all that kind of stuff. It's not that we don't have money. We have money and we have income, but the money is in cash or silver, a little bit of a few coins, and not really in digital. Like, I make digital currency through my business online, eBay and stuff, so I do have digital currency coming in there, but that's really what people need, is they want that digital currency. So that's what I'm really trying to get, and I don't have a way to convert paper currency to digital currency anymore, unfortunately, because the government of Canada a few years ago took away my right to bank in Canada. So I can't have a bank account. I can only use PayPal. So there's a lot of restrictions on me based on my activism, based on other things in my personal life, and my own choices and things, limitations I put on myself and my own behavior and actions. So, but you know, I've relaxed as many of these limitations as I can. I'm really trying to open my mind and broaden my horizons and just try and find somewhere safe for Katie and I to go. And hotel rooms are a fine option. They work, but they're very expensive. And what I'm finding is it's just like anything else. If you buy in bulk, you get a discount. Right? So that's one real problem when you're poor or when you're homeless and you can't have a large storage of food. I can't buy a 20-kilo bag of rice and get my rice for 10 cents a meal. I have to buy a small bag of rice and cook it, and then sometimes I can't even bring it with me when I move again So I'm paying $1 or $2 for a meal of rice. So the person who's well off can get a meal of rice for 10 cents for the person who actually has a proper kitchen and utilities. But the other, me, currently, it would be like $1 or more to have a meal of rice. So when you can buy in multiples and in large amounts, obviously you save. And that's not just with food, it's with other things like accommodation. And I'm buying one night at a time at this hotel, and that's, that was close to $100 a night when I first got here. I've figured out a few tricks through Travelocity, and I've got, coupon code and all that crap, and I can get that down to 60 US, which I think is 85 Canadian or somewhere around there, which is better. But that's not sustainable because I don't make that much every day, especially not when I'm working out of a hotel room out of a suitcase. I don't have all my inventory with me. I don't have a proper internet connection, so I cannot work properly. I'm just barely keeping some money coming in through my eBay business, but that won't last forever either, because eventually you got to have your inventory so you can go through it, take pictures, upload more auctions, and all that kind of stuff. I don't have my inventory. It's in storage. So that's another cost. And then of course storage itself is a cost. You got to pay a couple $100 to $300 a month to store your belongings. I don't have a lot of belongings, but I do have a few things from my childhood and my business inventory and a couple pieces of furniture. So I'm paying $300 already a month just for my stuff. And of course I can't be there. I don't get any utilities there, and I can't be there at the unit, so I need something else. Ultimately, I'd like to get my stuff out of storage again. I mean, living in a storage unit it's just not doable long term. So I gotta get my stuff out of storage. I gotta get it back into a rental unit. There's no way I can afford a $2 million house in Burnaby or Vancouver area, of course. So renting is my option if I want to stay near Vancouver, which is near my resources, near Medicatie's doctors for her cancer and so forth. So we do need to stay in the area. All my activism here, all my connections are here also. Could move away, could start a new life somewhere else, of course. That's always an option. But we are trying to stay here. It would be a lot of losses and a lot of inefficiency to pick up and leave at this time. It's just that's a only if you absolutely have to kind of option. So I'm just rambling here, going on and on. I'm going to attach a few clips after this of just some thoughts I've had over the past couple days regarding how to save money when you're in this situation, how to bring your costs down. And I'm going to keep on doing that. I'm doing kind of a vlog sort of now with this stuff. I can't do my regular silver update videos. I mean, I can look at the price on the screen. That's all I can really do right now. And there isn't too much to say about the silver price or the market or demand or anything that I'm seeing right now. If you have anything to bring up about it, let me know, and I may do a video or whatever on it if I can, but right now I'm just super focused on improving my life and Medicatie's life every day, because I'm hoping that was the bottom that we hit, because we were standing on the side of the road with a pile of our belongings and people laughing, like that's got to be about the lowest it gets, doesn't it? No, it can get a lot lower, I think, but I'm just hoping that that's the last of it for now, because we haven't done anything wrong. We're good people. We break bad laws like cannabis prohibition, but other than that, we believe in rule of law. We're good people. We believe in liberty. We're private. We're clean. We're tidy. We're honest. We are transparent in a lot of things too, as well, as much as we can be. Through this channel and our other social media, we're trying to connect with other people that might have these issues going on right now. I know in Toronto and Montreal there's a lot of housing crisis too, but Vancouver is the #1 spot in the world for housing problems. And the government has created these problems themselves, and the sad thing is the people are asking the government to be the ones to fix it. And they don't realize that just more intervention in the market is just going to make more problems, and I've done videos on that in the past. I saw this housing crisis coming. In fact, I did videos on it, and now I'm one of the people that's caught up in it. So I hate to say I'm right, but I was right about the housing crisis. I said it was going to only get worse. That was about a year ago I said that, and people were saying it's over, it's coming back, we're fine now. I said no, hell no, we're not. And I was right, so You know, gotta say that you're right when you're right, because I have made a few calls that were wrong, but I've made a lot of calls that were right. Speaking of that, hey, you guys notice the Bitcoin price? I did call that, you know, pretty much to the exact dollar and day. I've been pretty good with the Bitcoin calls over the past 3 or 4 years, actually. When I first started following it, I realized it was following technical analysis and other fundamentals, and it's just been so easy to read. And people say, well, if it's so easy to read, then why didn't you invest in it? Why haven't you invested? Well, I chose not to. I've chosen not to invest in a lot of things. You know, I could have shorted silver at certain points of time too, and made money. I'm not an investor, though. I'm not trying to accumulate more money by trading in and out of various things. That's a fool's game, and it doesn't benefit anyone overall. It doesn't benefit society. It only benefits the individuals who succeed at it. Everyone else loses, and of course the bank always wins, so investing is just not for me. That said, I do have 0.1 Bitcoins, thanks to a few donations from friends and subscribers over the past few months. I put up my Bitcoin address a while ago after another bunch of really good calls, and I got accumulated about 0.1 through various sites and people, so 0.1 Bitcoins is nothing to complain about. What's that now, 180 bucks or so? That's pretty cool. So I'll put my Bitcoin address down below. I can't spend Bitcoins yet, but if anyone has Bitcoin they wanted to send, you know, a while ago I did videos on Bitcoin. It was about 50 bucks or so, and I was making good calls and stuff, and a bunch of people said, hey, I want to send you a pile of Bitcoins. I've got like 10 or 20 Bitcoins extra that I don't need. You know, that was when they were cheap or whatever. I was following it since they were a few bucks, actually. So I've had a few times when people offered me either a Bitcoin or a few Bitcoins, you know, if they'd done well in the market. And I said, no, I didn't want them. So I kind of wish I had now. It was sort of a principle that I was operating under, you know. I was following Bitcoin but never getting involved in it. And so someone finally convinced me to get a Bitcoin wallet, and now I have Bitcoin. So I'm going to put up some footage right here, actually, of a Bitcoin machine I saw the other day here in the Vancouver area. Bitcoin here at the coffee shop in Vancouver. Pretty cool, huh? The Bitcoin price on there said like 1900 to buy or something like that when I saw the Bitcoin thing, and I had been homeless for 2 weeks at that point, so I had no idea the price had jumped. And I looked at this Bitcoin machine and I was like, what the heck? This is the first Bitcoin ATM I've ever seen, first of all, so I was quite intrigued. And second of all, why are they selling Bitcoins for like 1900 bucks? That is a complete ripoff. And then, of course, I got back to an internet connection later and looked up Bitcoin, and I was like, holy shit, $1,800 Bitcoin. That's what I said would happen, and I said after that, after a short break, it would probably continue on to 4,000, so I'm still going to stick with that. I haven't really looked at the chart, but that's what I said a while ago, and I don't know, probably still a good call. Bitcoin is one of those things that you know is going to go up because there is only a certain number of them. That's the strength of it, and I saw that from the very beginning. And I saw that it can only go up because the interest in it can only go up from where it was, which was absolutely no one except for 400 or 500 people on the planet knowing about it. And I said, if there's any demand for these at all, any demand, like even as a collector value or something, then these will go very high. They will just keep going because of the way they set it up. The software is so good, and the way, just the way that it can't be deflated through inflation. You cannot just make more Bitcoin. There's only going to be 21 million or whatever it is, and that's one of the big strengths of it, and it's still going strong, and I think that's why. So, but anyhow, I'm going to close this video because it's been a quarter hour already. Just been rambling. Like I said, I'm going to put a few more clips about how to save money, basically. Buying in bulk is definitely the way to go, but when you are of limited means and you know, you have less options. I can't buy food in bulk because I can't carry it all, and I can't buy accommodation in bulk because I don't have several $1,000s or whatever to put a month down on a hotel room or something. So I can't, you know, I can't get those cheap rates, I can't get those cheap prices, and that's just whittling away at my savings, which are already very meager. And you know, pretty soon we're going to be kicked out of this hotel, I guess, and we've already talked to all the shelters in the Vancouver area, and there are none accepting anyone else. If you can find a place, it is by calling every morning and basically pestering them and saying, I'm in need, I'm in need, I'm in need. And if you call every morning and show that you're motivated and all that kind of stuff, eventually they will accept you in if there's a bed. It can take a long time and a lot of effort. And they would only be able to take one person. They always split people up, couples up. So as I am Medicatie's caretaker, she is also my caretaker when my fibro, my chronic pain, and my nerve issues flare up. So we are each other's caretakers. We've never both been very sick at the same time, and we're hoping that doesn't happen. Stress is definitely not something that you want to spike when you have fibromyalgia like myself. But I'm living in a stressful situation, so I'm just doing my best to stay calm and positive. And I'm going to hopefully turn this into a great story someday, because this is not the end for us, absolutely. We have so much activism to do in Vancouver. We have so many goals, and I'm not done. So thanks for watching the video. If you know anybody in Vancouver who's going through similar issues, or has gone through, or may be about to go through, share this video with them. And I'm hoping to just network and get to know more people, especially in the Vancouver area. I've had a couple offers. Someone out in Maple Ridge said they had a small room that I could maybe stay at or put some of my stuff at for a while. That's out of the way. There's no transit there, but you know, that's awesome. I'm going to contact them and ask them for more information about it, because that's at least something, you know. So, you know, hopefully there'll be lots of good options opening up in the next while for us. It's just pretty stressful day to day here, trying to keep the bills paid, keep money coming in digitally, you know, through my eBay business, so that I can pay the rent. And then we have, of course, the cash can be for incidentals and food and stuff. But sadly, cash is not accepted at hotels anymore, especially not for damage deposits. They need to have a big, giant credit card on hold in case you, I don't know, burn the room down or something while you're in there. It's just weird. You can't go anywhere with cash. Even if I had 1,000 cash to slap down, they wouldn't take it, right? Back in the day, it's like, oh, cash deposit, okay, we'll put this in our safe and you get it back when you leave. No, we don't have safes anymore, sorry. But there's an app for that if you want to scan your smartphone here. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the footage, and I will talk to you guys very soon. Oh, good news. I applied a coupon. I typed the words travel15 and pushed enter, and doing so saved me an additional 15% apparently. So I got another $9 US off of it, so I'm actually going to get it for $60 US, less than $90 Canadian, so I'm that much closer. Let's see, PayPal is still at there, 39, so still need another $21. Not super healthy, but you can get a little bit of greens and some fries for about 10 bucks. It's convenient. It's attainable for someone who's living in a hotel. Even if you don't have a kitchenette, of course, you can save money. You don't have to eat out all the time. Of course, you can do something simple like go to the bakery and grab a loaf of bread and get a big tub of peanut butter. Peanut butter is a really good source of iron and fiber and fats and calories and protein and stuff that you need all the time. So peanuts are really good, and bread is good too. I gotta have the gluten-free bread, so this is a $6 loaf, but it's really nice. And normally you can get like a fresh baked loaf like this, of course, for $2 or $3, and some peanut butter for, you know, $6 or $7 for a big tub, and you can just throw that in your bag. And you have, at least you have calories and you have protein and a few other things to keep you going for pretty much nothing. Very, very cheap. If you get yourself a place with a little kitchenette or whatever, you can save a bit of money. Of course, it costs to get a kitchenette usually, but I can get one of these packages for $2 actually from Walmart. I don't like Walmart, but right now I'm using them a bit. I gotta have the gluten-free, so $2 a box of pasta. This will last the two of us for 2 meals, not large meals, but 2 like lunches. So, and then you just gotta buy, like, of course, something simple like that, and there you have a meal. One of these is $3 and it lasts a few meals, so it's about 75 cents for 2 of us to eat that, and another 50 cents each for us to have that. So it's like, you know, somewhere in the dollar range for a meal, and that's definitely doable. But of course you have to have the kitchenette, which costs usually. Do not get dehydrated. Tap water is pretty good in most places. It's good here, and it's usually free, so make sure you take advantage of water whenever you can. Don't get dehydrated when you're, you know, house hunting or homeless or whatever, searching for a place. That's not a good idea. And you are out and about when you're doing that, so you don't always have access to free water, so use the free water when you have it, drink lots and stay hydrated.
Hey guys, it's Medikatie. It's May 16th, 2017, and I'm here in the hotel room still. And I just wanted to talk to you guys about motel room medicating. So, as you know, most motel rooms are going to tell you no smoking. So, what are you potheads going to do? I was dabbing in the motel room until I ran out of dabs, but I found that the cops missed this in the search. So I took my pipe out and I went into the parking lot around the motel and had a little toke, and nobody bothered me. I came back inside. The desk people didn't say anything. They probably smoke weed themselves. And yeah, so, oh, and there's also edibles. I had a nice gluten-free cookie today from KO Edibles. They were at the last market, and I think they'll be at the next one, first Saturday of every month. And yeah, what else? Don't forget to check out our other vlog videos. Last time we were walking through Moody Park and talking about the housing crisis and our current situation. And now we're back here in the motel room in New Westminster. So check out our links below and stay tuned for more.